For us and my family, generally no, because I'm a weenie and Halloween movies scare me. So I've never watched Scream. I've watched the first Halloween movie and it scared me to death, so I don't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, completely different here, I guess. Nobody else in the house really likes the scary movies. Amy hates them. She won't ever watch them. Bryden's now getting into them, where he's actually going tomorrow night to the haunted penitentiary in Mansfield, the Mansfield prison. And I told him I was bummed because I was like, I wanted to go to that. Why don't you ask me? So at night when they fall asleep, it's great now because all different kind of scary movies are on, and I'll put them on till I fall asleep, and it's really the only time I get to watch them because they play so many of them in a row, so it's cool. Really not one favorite, but kind of get into all of them a little bit.
I am a fan of watching crime with thriller, not the horror ones. That is a little bit of, with the story. So, yeah, but my 4-year-old daughter, she seems to like Chucky.
I could start this. Probably when we were kids, I had a brother, two sisters, and we had friends that were close who would come by. And the crazy thing is we never really ate candy a whole lot, but Halloween was our time to race around and get our pillowcase and fill up as much as we can so we can get home and put on the scale and see who brought home the most candy. It was like a game we played every year. Then a lot of people would, their parents would be like, you're crazy, or hide the candy or throw some away. Our parents just left it out mainly for guests and other people that came over because we just did it just for the game and the thrill of it. We'd pick a candy here and there, but it wasn't about the candy. It was about more competition. Who can get the most. Where you're at a dead sprint for a couple hours. And back when we were going, I don't remember there being a strict cutoff time limit either. I think it was basically when people wanted to stop, putting candy out, they turn their lights off. Or now it's like you get 2 hours or something and you're done. So you come home with tons of candy.
For me, living in Houston, Texas, it can be quite warm on October 31st. So when my wife and I um, we had our firstborn, he was like 2 years old. So it was like our first big Halloween where we took Connor around. That was 25, 26 years ago. And um, we dressed him up in a penguin suit. We thought it was so cute, or my wife thought it was so cute. The problem was it was designed for people who probably live where Brian Nealon lives, where it's cold. So our poor son got like 3 doors down and he's sweating up a storm. So like 5 doors down, he was only wearing like the shoes, like the penguin shoes, and that was it. But he still got candy. That's my favorite memory, to see him starting out full full uniform. One house later, something gets shed. 3 house later, he's 75% ununiform. You know, that was funny. So that's my favorite. And we learned, right? So all subsequent ones we were more climate appropriate. But that's my favorite memory. And my wife still has a picture of my son Connor when he was 2 years old in that penguin suit. That's my favorite memory.
Oh yeah, in the Philippines, Filipinos used to go to the cemetery, so they will light up the candles, or even if they can't go, or they must prepare some rice cake. Like it reminds of some tradition in the Philippines. But since I don't do that, I don't go to the cemetery at all because it's crowded, a lot of people going, and I'll just stay at home and yeah. But then I remember got a good memory when I was like 6 years old with my grandfather. He used to bring me to horror house, and then I will hide under his legs, and then at the end of that is he's the one scared, and I was just hiding under. So yeah, I think I like that. I can remember that most of the time. So yeah, that's our culture here.
So I've historically always dressed up because it's just something fun to do. I usually don't think of something to the last minute and try to put it together, so I have no clue, what I'm gonna do yet. But I know one of my best costumes that I did was when I was working downtown Cleveland at one of the bars. I was the door guy. We got to dress up, and I was the dude from Big Lebowski. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. Problem is that I didn't think about, the dude drinks White Russians. I am not a fan of anything coffee flavored. I had so many White Russians handed to me that night, and I felt bad because these are the people coming in, and trying to be nice and friendly. So they're buying them for me. I'm handing them off to everyone because I couldn't even stand the smell of them.
I usually handle the distribution side, not the procurement side of our little business venture here. So my wife Carrie will go around with Cambry. We haven't thought about it. She might dress up as a cheerleader because she's a cheerleader, right? That's her old standby. She dresses up, you know, she did a gymnast for a few years. This year she'll probably be a cheerleader. Now she's 13, so she might be getting a little out of the cutesy phase, but she loves candy. But I will get a lawn chair, and because we're customer service oriented here at Zenith Search Partners, we want to make it easy for our clients. So I will position myself actually at the end of the driveway so I can approach the drive-by vehicles, if there are any, or the sidewalk traffic right behind me, right? So I'm in a position where distribution is easy, and that way my two crazy dogs don't go nuts inside the house. So there's a little bit of a personal get for our house on cue. They're barking in the background, but yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm distribution. So I don't get to dress up, which is fine.
In the Philippines, we don't do that a lot, but I have a experience before when I was in fourth grade that we will dress up. So I remember we don't have materials, so I just get a white cloth and cover my body and put some black on my face. So that's a white lady. So I didn't spend any money about that. And I just remember similar experience like you when I was 6 years old. So someone scares me with like a real mascara of a very scary face. So my daughter saw a scary face on shopping online. So she said she wants to buy that to scare her sister. So I think that's a funny idea.
You could dress her up like the Chucky doll.
Yeah, I want them to experience that too. And I
That's
want to bring
hilarious.
them like an American, trick or treat. So there are some shopping malls here that, they do that trick or treat. So I want them to experience that as well because they love candies.
Hey, everybody. Just here at Zenith Search Partners, want to wish everybody a very, very happy Halloween. Be safe out there and have a lot of fun.
Hey guys, it's Chris from Zenith Search Partners wishing everybody happy Halloween. Stay safe, have a great time, watch out for the children on the road, and get a lot of candy.
Hi, I'm Kanisha from Zenith Search Partners and enjoy the Halloween season for this year.